The Israelites had finally escaped Egypt, leaving behind years of bondage and suffering. They had witnessed the mighty hand of God through the plagues and the Passover, and now they were free. But freedom came with its own set of challenges. Their journey was far from over. The vast, unforgiving desert lay ahead, and the path to the promised land was fraught with uncertainty and danger. Soon after they left, Pharaoh's heart hardened once again. The realization of losing his entire workforce struck him hard. He couldn't believe he had let all his slaves go. The economic impact on Egypt was devastating, and Pharaoh was filled with regret and anger. He summoned his chariots and warriors, the best of his army, and raced out to bring them back. The sound of hooves and wheels thundered as they pursued the Israelites. As the dust rose from Egypt's mighty army, the Israelites stood camped by the Red Sea, completely trapped. The vast expanse of water stretched before them, and the approaching army was a terrifying sight. The sea was in front of them, and death was behind. They had nowhere to go, and panic began to set in. Fear took hold of the people. They felt abandoned and hopeless, questioning their decision to leave Egypt. They cried out, "Why did you bring us here, Moses? Were there not enough graves in Egypt?" Their voices were filled with despair and accusation, but Moses lifted his voice in faith. He stood firm despite the fear around him. "Do not be afraid, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord." His words were a beacon of hope in the midst of chaos. "He will fight for you." Then, something incredible happened. The atmosphere changed, and the presence of God was palpable. The pillar of cloud that had been leading them moved behind them, placing a supernatural barrier between the Israelites and the Egyptians. This divine intervention was a shield of protection. The army could not move forward. They were confused and halted, unable to reach the Israelites. And then, at God's command, Moses stretched out his staff over the sea. The act was a demonstration of faith and obedience. A mighty wind began to blow. It was a powerful divine wind that signaled the beginning of a miracle. The waters trembled, then parted. The sight was awe-inspiring, a testament to God's power. A dry path opened in the middle of the sea with walls of water rising high on both sides. It was a pathway to freedom, carved by the hand of God. God made a way where there was no way. His provision was miraculous and undeniable. The people crossed step by step in awe and amazement. Each step was a step of faith, trusting in God's deliverance. Children held their parents' hands. The young and old alike experienced the miracle together. Families walked together in faith, surrounded by God's miracle. Their hearts were filled with gratitude and wonder. But when Pharaoh's army tried to follow, God caused the waters to crash down. The pursuing forces were met with divine retribution. Horses, chariots, and soldiers were swept away in a mighty flood. The power of God was unleashed in full force. Not one of them survived. The battlefield was silent, a testament to God's judgment. God had done the impossible. He had delivered his people with power and glory. The Israelites rejoiced, their hearts filled with praise. On the other side, the Israelites stood in awe. Their enemies were gone. They were safe. The realization of their deliverance began to sink in, and they knew God was truly their deliverer. Their faith was strengthened, and their trust in God was renewed. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. This scripture became a cornerstone of their faith, a reminder of God's unwavering support. Whatever your Red Sea may be, remember, God still makes a way when there is no way. His power and love are timeless, and He is always with us. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more Bible stories. God bless you. May your faith be strengthened and your heart encouraged.